Well, Colin Hayes and Gary Clark combined to win 4 races at Flemington this afternoon. Without doubt, the most impressive was the high-class 3-year-old Zabeel, which almost fell at the 200-metre mark but still got up to win. Not much joy for favourite punters, not one managed to score. As we check results, the first went to Painwire at 11-2, defeating Sushi Rocket the 9-4 and Ray of Sunshine the 2's favourite. Second went to Nirvana's Idol. This was the most impressive win at 4s over X-Arch and Home Villa. Mudgee Gray took out the third on the program at 10-1, but Dubai Centre, the odds-on favourite, was a late scratching at the barrier. Race 4, the Vanity, started the quadrilla.
In front of Braganza, finishing well. Then Relationship further back is Allure at the dock, but Dancer's Choice well clear. 100 to go, she's 3 or 4 in front of Braganza, and Dancer's Choice, despite the poor getaway, wins it by 2.5. Second Braganza, and third is Relationship. Then
Dancer's Choice, much too good, got the Hayes-Clark combo off on its winning way, and it continued immediately with Power of Destiny.
Realism's dropped out. Power of Destiny runs on. Bronze Knight hits the lead from Shantaroon. Power of Destiny challenging. Bronze Knight in front with 100 metres to go. He's a half Power of Destiny. Bronze Knight a neck Power of Destiny. They reach the line. Oh, I think Power of Destiny might have got up a nose to Bronze Knight. Shantaroon's run third. Barlandy.
A first-up win at 8-1 to Power of Destiny over Bronze Knight and Shantaroon, and Little Taj just keeps on winning in this.
Crenshan Lass there across the track, 200 left to go. Secret Girl's fighting on strongly just in front. Little Taj, and now Funners Racing coming at it. Little Taj trying to reach Secret Girl, and Funners Racing. Little Taj put a nose in front. Funners Racing tries to reach it. Bob of the head. Little Taj has won a nose. Funners Racing, I'd say. And third, Secret Girl, which wouldn't.
A short half-head win to Little Taj at 9-2 over the favourite Funners Racing, who must surely break through soon. Now this great win of Zabeel. Watch for him in the blue colours, running into second now.
Zabeel, oh, he slipped in the going, nearly fell Zabeel. And Nosy Knight leads by a couple of lengths now to Zabeel. Then came Zapari and Double Gen. Nosy Knight in front, 100 metres to go. Zabeel's coming at him again. Nosy Knight a half in front. Zabeel nearly level. Hits the front and won a big win. Zabeel from Nosy Knight, and third is Zapari just in front of Double Gen.
He does look set to tear the Autumn Carnival apart. That was a great win. Next stop for him is the Australian Guineas in a fortnight. And the final event today went to Shanghai Sky, capping off a great day for Clark and Hayes, winning at 13-4. Now the daily double for 6 and 1 paid $22.15. The extra for 3 and 2, $10.85. Quadrilla 2631, $391.25, and the quad extra 631 and 6, $531.60. And that's all in sport tonight. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Greg. A good day for Australia at the Games and
Sure
in the tennis.
Yep, going
Thank
well.
you very much.
Eddie Lang was the instigator of a rags to riches tale in the $1.5 million Adelaide Millions for 2-year-old colts this afternoon, turning a $17,500 purchase that the original owner couldn't afford to buy into a classic winner. Here's how Ron Papp saw Manitou take out the South Australian feature.
And it is coming into the straight now. And on the outside, Orange went to the lead. Satellite Bay drifting towards the centre. Manitou was there. Orange, Manitou, then Satellite Bay and also Jackson's Affair. Orange, Manitou, Satellite Bay is coming like a train. Orange, Manitou, Manitou takes the lead. And it's Manitou. Manitou, he will excel in the Adelaide Million.
The winner, Manitou, started at 9-1 and ridden by Victorian apprentice Simon Marshall. Satellite Bay was second, starting at 9-2, Darren Gauci, with Jackson's Affair third at 13-4, Harry White on board. The unplaced favourite was the top weight Rory's Image at 3-1. The feature TAB results from today's meeting at Flemington for 6 Power of Destiny and 1 Zabeel. The Colin Hayes, Gary Clark daily double. In fact, the pair had 4 winners for the day. $22.15. The dividend, the quaddie for 2, 6, 3 and 1, $391.25, with the quad extra numbers of 3 or 6, 3, 1 and 6, returning $531.60.
Welcome back. Well, 12 months ago, a total of 425 yearlings went through the sale ring at the Australian Breeders' Cooperative in Adelaide, and they realised a total of almost $10 million, or an average of $23,000 each. But there was a tempting incentive to buy. Yesterday, 16 of those yearlings raced, and one of them became the winner of Adelaide's first $1 million event.
Ever since man and horse have shared the same territory in this wonderful land, it has been the ambition of all men to have the best, the fastest, the strongest, the most impeccably bred, the horse that is a champion. And Australia has produced its fair share, from Archer and Pago Pago to living legends like Kingston Town, Manicato and Rubiton. But for all its colourful history, Australian racing has always been dominated by events in the eastern states, mainly Victoria and New South Wales. And so the idea of the Excel Adelaide Million was born.
It started because the best yearlings in South Australia were being wooed by the interstate sales companies to the Magic Million sale in Queensland, to the big sales in Sydney, etc. And we had to find a way to retain those yearlings in the state.
The Adelaide Million concept is quite simple and based along the same lines as Queensland Magic Millions, with large incentives for the vendors. Breeders and vendors all over Australia are invited to offer their yearlings for sale, and a catalogue containing the best 425 is drawn up. Only horses brought at that sale are then eligible to run in the Adelaide Million, which carries a first prize to the winning owner of $500,000.
It gives trainers in the industry something to grasp at, to go to owners, prospective owners, and say, look, there's $1 million race, there's only 425 horses eligible for that race, one of them has to win the race, why don't you buy a horse?
But the Adelaide Million is not just a race with big prizes for lucky owners. It's also an event where breeders and vendors have the opportunity to make it big. For example, the vendor of the winner of the Adelaide Million stands to collect $350,000. Not a bad return when you consider he no longer has an interest in the horse at all.
We needed the vendors here with their good yearlings to sell them in Adelaide, to attract the good buyers to our sale. And the other reason was to alleviate the want of vendors to buy their own horses back. And so it takes them out of the situation where they're trying to bid against trainers and genuine buyers, because the horse will be running for them regardless. If he wins the race, they get $350,000.
But a concept such as this is not without criticism, the major point of contention being that breeders are now only trying to produce yearlings that will be competitive as 2-year-olds, rather than try and breed Derby, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup winners.
It's purely because of the economics, I think. Owners can't afford, in most cases, to look after a horse till it's 3- and 4-year-old, wait till it matures. The costs are so high these days that they need to get that quick return.
So now, 12 months after the first sale, 16 runners are ready to race for the million.
And away they go in the million. Big Racket, one of the best away up wide. Orange's jump brilliantly. Going fast with it is Lady Gazer. And prominent in the early part too as they settled down was Water Garden. And getting up along the inside, Manitou, State Connection, close handy. Satellite Bay's in the first 7 or 8. And right up along the rail goes Royal Whistler into a nice position. And going with it is the filly Jackson's Affair. Then Colga's Best, followed by Crowned Emperor. Big Racket getting back with Daughter's Charm. Rory's Image there together. Big Racket 4 deep to the fall. One's down. State Connection has crashed heavily to the track, and the horse unfortunately is in trouble, and the rider is conscious. On the turn, Orange out wide went to the lead. Jackson's Affair going up between them, then to take up the running was Manitou. Satellite Bay just behind them, and they're coming into the straight now. And on the outside, Orange went to the lead. Satellite Bay drifting towards the centre. Manitou was there. Orange, Manitou, then Satellite Bay, and also Jackson's Affair. Orange, Manitou, Satellite Bay is coming like a train. Orange, Manitou, Manitou takes the lead, and it's Manitou. Manitou, he will excel in the Adelaide Million. Manitou wins.
It's the ultimate.
Terrific run and a terrific
I know what those Olympic athletes feel like now. I've, you know, all my years of training. It's great.
We bought it for another person actually, and couldn't find the funds to pay for it, so we all got together and thought we'd pay for him.
Those last few strides to the line, I reckon they'd have to be the longest in my life of riding so far.
So the race has been run and won, and I'm sure the owners and trainer and vendor are still well and truly celebrating. But now we go back to where it all started. For the rest of today and all of tomorrow, another 425 yearlings like this one will be offered for sale, one of them guaranteed to be the next winner of the second Adelaide Million. Andrew Kay reporting in Adelaide
for Sports World.
Adelaide's first $1 million event. More racing on Sports World a little later in the program. After the break, we'll be talking golf. Welcome back. The world of horse racing has been rocked with the discovery in Sydney that a go-slow drug, Timolol, was administered to favourites who failed in their races. And tomorrow, the AJC starts a thorough investigation into the first discovery, the Dr. Jeff Chapman trained consort. It will be an investigation behind closed doors. That departure from normal practice by Sydney stewards suggests that a lot of questions will be asked that might link other cases to one doping gang. Whatever the outcome, it's now plainly obvious that the biggest threat to modern racing is the use of modern drugs. There are positive tests in Sydney, drug-related inquiries in Perth will start on Tuesday, and there's a lingering suspicion that Caulfield Cup winner Cole Diesel was got at before he failed in the Melbourne Cup. Now, more on that sensational drug story from Perth, and the stewards in Western Australia have ordered Perth trainer Frank Maynard to appear on Tuesday following the return of a positive swab on his star 2-year-old Paklani after the Karrakatta Plate. A sample taken from Paklani after she won the $250,000 race at Ascot on December 26 has shown the presence of the prohibited anti-inflammatory drug Flunixin. Paklani has a huge reputation and was thought to be good enough to have a real chance in the $1.8 million Golden Slipper Stakes. Well, now to racing itself, and whilst there was a sprinkling of stars in action around Australia yesterday, the most significant event this week occurred at Moonee Valley last Monday with the running of the $270,000 William Reid Stakes. The William Reid lived up to its pre-race publicity, with the glamour horses Vo Rogue and Starley Sentry playing a prominent role, along with the country champion from Coffs Harbour, Lightning Bend.
Shoulders Vo Rogue out, and Alberta Jazz further back. Lightning Bend on the inside, Redova, and now Stylish Sentry gets out. Getting a run, Strawberry Ranch. Lightning Bend in front, Strawberry Ranch lunging at him. Lightning Bend just in front of Strawberry Ranch. Lightning Bend a nose. Lightning Bend a nose to Strawberry Ranch, third Stylish Sentry.
Lightning Bend held on to win, breaking the track record set by Zedatave last year. And his likeable, laconic trainer Gerald Flick was satisfied after the victory.
I told Wayne on Saturday night they'd have to run a record to beat him, and he's run a record, so I think I was spot on.
Do you know many people in Melbourne?
I don't know anybody. I'm bored stiff, locked up in a motel room, from the stables to the motel, from the motel to the stables.
And at this moment, everybody knows you?
Yeah. I do know George Hanlon. I'm going to have a drink with him after the race. I've known him for years.
Gerald Flick, the trainer of Lightning Bend. And the exciting thing from the William Reid was the excellent form of both Vo Rogue and Stylish Sentry. When they get fitter and the races get longer, we're in for a treat. Well, earlier in Sports World, we brought you the story of Manitour's victory in the Adelaide Millions. And with the Expressway Stakes being washed out in Sydney, the spotlight yesterday was on Flemington. And what a remarkable day it turned out to be for the Colin Hayes stable, and in particular Gary Clark. Gary was substituting for his brother Michael, who was riding in Adelaide, and he finished the day with 4 winners. What made it an even more profitable day for Gary Clark was 3 of his winners were in the 3 feature races. The first came up in the Vanity. Clark was in the purple out in front on the classy Dancer's Choice, who was having her first start since the spring.
Dancer's Choice has got a big lead in his home. Dancer's Choice well clear of Reganza, and the quality fillies are going to run 1-2. Dancer's Choice by 3 lengths Reganza.
With his father Colin in Adelaide, David Hayes was in charge at Flemington, and Keith Hillier asked him where Dancer's Choice would be racing next.
We've got 2 options. One is to keep her fresh and have a crack at maybe a Newmarket with no weight, because we know she's definitely classy enough, or the other is just try stretching her out again. And the logical race, if we stretch her out, is the one here in 2 weeks, the Australian Guineas.
The Hayes-Clark combination won again in the very next race, the $60,000 Chester Manifold, with the unreliable Power of Destiny. The 4-year-old, who was owned by Robert Sangster, came with a late run on the outside and responded to the challenge.
Here's Power of Destiny after Bronze Knight. Bronze Knight about a half in front. Power of Destiny trying to run him down. Bronze Knight a nose in front. Power of Destiny coming at him and got him on the line.
Without doubt, the horse of the day was Zabeel, a superb-looking colt who was returning to the races after a break.
But Nosy Knight and Zabeel will settle down to fight it out, with Nosy Knight kicking on the inside, a length in front. Zabeel trying to run him down from Double Gin, but Nosy Knight's got a big lead. Oh, he's shot away, 2 in front. Zabeel starting to wear him down gradually, and then Safari. Nosy Knight in front, Zabeel starting to overhaul him. Zabeel's raced up and got up.
It was a run of a quality thoroughbred, and looking at Zabeel as he came back to the mounting yard, it was obvious that he had done his very best. As Gary Clark explained, it was an exciting performance.
Gary, a most amazing incident with Zabeel about the 300-metre mark. What happened?
Well, Keith, I gave him a couple of backhanders, and I think he just resented the weapon. In doing so, he went to peg route and lost his footing.
Have you ever been on a horse that has done something similar, picked himself up and gone on and won a race?
No, Keith, no. No, actually, it was a great effort.
Zabeel must be something extraordinary.
He looks so good, doesn't he, you know?
Gary Clark, what a great day he had, and next Sunday Sports World will have the story of the first round heats of the Inter Dominion from Adelaide. After the break, we talk to Honda's new #1 rider.